Let's set up a cannon by a slayer monster I have never fought before. Challenge accepted. I looked moss golems up on the Runescape wiki to see what I needed to bring, and their weakness just happens to be magic. My least favorite combat style. I actually had to buy some cheap robes and a staff to use because I don't usually keep a set in my bank. For anyone who might not know, you can use the grouping system for quick travel to the Lost Grove. Simple. Just make a group, change it to soul lock, then just ready up and teleport yourself. And here's how the encounter went down. I set up my cannon. I was using Blood Barrage due to them being weak to fire spells. I chose an aura to use and fired away. And it all went downhill from there. Here's the next minute or so of me trying to fight them like this, slightly sped up. Once I decided that was not working, I tried turning on Legacy Combat Mode and I used Ice Barrage. Well, here's about another minute of how well that went. At this point, right after I died, I could see that this was not going to be possible, at least with my gear. I also noticed that there were golem heads spawning all over the place while I was fighting these guys. I didn't read up on the wiki what that was about though. I only looked them up for their weaknesses and drops. I used about 400 cannonballs while testing different things before deciding I was going to have to drop the cannon idea. I went back and picked up my cannon and tried to see if I could complete my 100 kills without the cannon. What I have found to be the easiest is to fight in Legacy starting with using Ice Barrage, then switch between Blood and Ice every cast. The bind lasts long enough for me to get one blood spell in before you need to refreeze with Ice. I only added the blood spells in because they're more accurate. I looked up on YouTube to see if using a cannon here was actually a viable thing. There are a few guides on a good way to actually implement the cannon to make this a really fast task, but the videos that I have seen have really high-end gear, which is probably the biggest reason why I have failed so bad at this. This is not a guide, as you can tell due to how much I sucked, and I thought using the cannon was a fun idea to try. This is a loot video after all, so on to the loot! Well, at last, just over an hour of testing different combat ideas and spells and dying 4 times, I have slain 100 of these things. And for the loot from these guys, 1,014,000. I honestly thought this was going to be better for loot. How long it takes you to get those 100 kills will depend on your gear, how familiar you are with the Slayer task, and if you can successfully use the cannon method and if you bring some potions or not. I had just about the bare minimum for everything when doing this, so most likely it will not take you an hour to do it like it took me. This amount was, of course, without a rare drop of either the Ancient Elven Ritual Crystal or the Cinderbane Gloves. Getting one of those drops would have made it worth the trip. Well, I hope that was entertaining enough watching the chaos of me attempting to use a cannon at the moss golems. Thank you all for watching, and I wish y'all happy gaming!